Before Hiroshima and Nagasaki, there was a blast, biggest explosion recorded in the history. It had happened on June 30th. A small object which came from the space had entered the Earth's surface. Coming towards Earth, it got blasted. What had happened actually on that day? Hi guys, welcome to BelieversIASAcademy. So today, if I tell you that before Hiroshima and Nagasaki, there was a blast on the Earth's surface which was felt on Earth's surface, which was 185 times more than what we had felt in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That particular event is what we call as Tunguska Event. Now, what is this Tunguska? Tunguska is a place in Russia, okay, present day Russia. So that is where this basically happened in Russia. Okay. So now what is this explosion? See, basically what it is considered to be one of the biggest explosion recorded in the history. Okay. Biggest explosion which was recorded in history. Now what is this explosion? Why did it happen? So basically what happened is here, and firstly we have to understand why everyone is talking about this blast, because it had happened on June 30th. Since today is the anniversary of this particular Tunguska blast, so we are studying this, what is this blast is all about. Okay. So first what happened? A small object which came from the space had entered the Earth's surface, Earth's atmosphere. Since there was a friction in Earth's atmosphere, as it was coming towards Earth, it got blasted, which was almost 5 kilometers to 10 kilometers above the Earth's surface. This is where the blast happened, and because of this blast, the effect of this blast was basically felt on the ground. Okay, on this ground, below the forest was there, around 2000 square kilometers of basically what forest was actually destroyed because of this event. Okay, and that object is still not, we are not have conclusive evidence saying that whether this object was basically an asteroid or comet. Okay, so here as you can see, the 30th anniversary of this particular events, what we are studying today. Okay, and this event has led us to prepare for future threats of asteroids. Okay, if any threats there is there from before this event, we are actually we were not aware of this asteroid threats. Basically, after this event, we were now we are actually what well prepared for these kinds of events. Okay, this why we are well prepared, because of this event. What and all we have learned through this event, this has made us to prepare well for future events like this. Okay, next thing is we have to enhance our planetary defense. Okay, Tunguska became a foundation for global planetary defense strategy. After this event, all over the country, all over the world, countries started improving their technologies or scientific discoveries towards this kinds of events. Okay, and second part here is what had happened actually on that day. Okay, on June 30th, 1908, what has actually happened. So here early morning around 7 a.m. local time, there in local time what happened? An object entered the Earth's surface, and that object as it was passing, which was, and still we don't know whether it is asteroids or a comet, and its diameter was about 50 to 80 meters. Okay, and it had exploded, as I told you, above 5 to 10 kilometers above the Earth's surface. Okay, after this explosion, this effect was actually felt on the ground, where thousands of trees were basically what destroyed, and that area which was destroyed was equal to area of London and New York. It was equal to that much of area that was basically was destroyed, and around this this energy or the shock wave, it was felt actually thousands of kilometers from the site of that explosion. Okay, as you can see here, this shock wave was felt around 1000 kilometers. Okay, surrounding that area. Next point here is how did basically is happened. Okay, why there was no impact or crater. See what happens whenever there is a crater which falls on the ground. Actually, there is basically what we can make out through this, through identifying that particular place that crater was formed. Even in India, you can see the lunar lake. It was because of this only, right? There are various places in US, South Africa, where asteroids has been, asteroids has created a kind of crater. Crater means after, let's say this is Earth surface, yes, this is the Earth surface. Whenever there is a crater, Earth surface will become like this because of this particular event. That is what we call as craters. So no craters was formed. Why? Because as I told you, this blast was automatically happened on the atmosphere of the Earth. Since it had happened in almost 5 to 10 kilometers above the Earth surface, whatever the material was fall down, was dropped, it was basically in the form of powders. So that is the reason we are not able to make out whether the blast is asteroids or comet. Okay, so how actually it happened? The space object actually was asteroid, entered the atmosphere. Due to the friction of atmosphere, it started getting heated. After it had got heated, it has exploded, or the air blast had happened around 5 to 10 kilometers above the Earth's surface. Okay, so here it sends a shock wave around 1000 kilometers. Yes, 1000 kilometers shock wave, which was equal to, the place which it destroyed was equal to the space of London. Okay, and this shock wave destroyed thousands of trees in that particular area. Okay, now what happened? How powerful was this? As I told you earlier, it destroyed 2150 kilometers square. Around that area was destroyed, and 80 million trees were flattened, which was destroyed. And as I told you initially, it was 185 times more what Hiroshima and Nagasaki had felt. That kind of energy was there in this. Now, as I told you, whether it is asteroid or comet, we could not basically find out whether it is asteroid or comet. Why? Because we don't have any solid proof. We only have this powder which was spread across the area, and it was not sufficient to conclude us whether it was asteroid or comet. Okay, and there was basically no fragments were found there. Okay, next and what happened is warning for humanity, which means after this event, all over the world, as I told you earlier, scientists began searching how defensive we can be for these kinds of event in future. Tunguska, basically what happened, it was basically an eye-opening for all the scientists or the geologists regarding these kinds of event. Even a small object can cause a very big damage. That is the most important thing. Even the, as I told you, 50 to 80 meters of objects could destroy almost 2000 square kilometers of areas. That much powerful it holds. Okay, and next one is early detection. Now they started to prepare for early detection for these kinds of event. If you remember, in 2022 and 2021 and 2022, there was a mission called as DART mission. What do you mean by DART? Double Asteroid Redirection Test. Okay, this mission basically whichever the asteroid was coming towards India, and it was successfully to change its direction to other places. Okay, this mission was successful. This mission proved that we can alter the asteroid path, basically what it happens. So all this event was because of Tunguska, which had happened in Siberia, which is present day Russia. Okay, through this topic, I hope you have understood what is this event is all about. Okay, thank you so much.